Alright guys, welcome back to What If Cooler Was Canon, where we last left off. Cooler defeated Frieza, but Frieza has a plan to get him back. Now, let's continue. Months would have passed. Kakarot and Vegeta and the rest of the Saiyans were training heavily, along with Cooler. Cooler felt his power grow. As he got stronger and stronger, his power began to accelerate. Ever since he unlocked this form, he felt like his potential grew beyond anything he's ever seen before. Soon he'll be so powerful that no one could stop him. No one. As Cooler and Kakarot were both training together, Vegeta would look at them scheming. Vegeta wanted to be on top, rule the universe himself. It was nice to be Cooler's right-hand man, but he couldn't betray him yet. He needed to come up with a plan. However, suddenly, they would hear a spaceship land. As they looked out, it was the Ginyu Force, Frieza and King Cold. As the armored squadron surrounded Cooler, and Vegeta and the rest of the Saiyans did too, Cooler would say, "Oh, you're back, brother. I didn't think you could survive being blown up. I guess I was wrong. I underestimated our race. How foolish and selfish of me. But what are you doing back with father? Did you decide to have a family reunion?" "Shut up," Frieza would say angeredly as he began to growl. "You dare blow me up? I am the Emperor of the Universe, and you slice me up into pieces and leave me out in space to die. I will show you pain you've never felt before. Behold the power of Mecha Frieza." Cooler laughed. "Mecha Frieza? You're made out of junk." Frieza with a gun. King Cold would simply pat Frieza's head and say, Now, son, don't get too hasty. Remember the plan. I heard about your new form. It impressed me. I'm almost proud of you in a way. At least I would be if you were on our side. I'll make you pay for spitting in my face." The Armored Squadron and Ginyu Force both began the battle. The Ginyu Force surrounded the Armored Squadron. Jace and Berta moved with their great speed, but Salsa chopped Berta in half, killing him. And as they watched, Captain Ginyu didn't do anything. He just looked, which confused Cooler. Captain Ginyu was always described to fight with his men, but he wasn't doing that for some reason. As suddenly, Frieza would charge in and punch Cooler, so would King Cold. As the Saiyans wanted to get involved, Cooler would say, "No, I got this." "You think you two can beat me just because you're gonna get involved? Just because there's two of you, you can beat me because there's one of me? It doesn't matter how many of you there are. I am the superior Frost Demon. I am the master of our race." As then he transformed. As he transformed, Captain Ginyu didn't do his technique just yet. He knew Cooler would dodge it. He added a way for him to get pinned down. As Cooler began to fight King Cold and Frieza, he was beating both of them up. However, he couldn't keep track of everything. So King Cold would charge at the Saiyans. As Cooler would go after him, suddenly Frieza would grab him and hold him back with all of his might. As he said, "Do it now!" Captain Ginyu would go, "Change now!" as he took Cooler's body. Everyone was shocked, as then he did a pose, and Cooler was stuck in Captain Ginyu's body. As Cooler then said, "What the hell is this? What happened?" Captain Ginyu would laugh and say, "I got your body, that's what happened," as then he would grab Sosha and rip off his head. Goku would see this, and he began to get angry. He grew up with the Armored Squadron his whole life. They were like family to him. He would charge in to try to stop him, but even with Captain Ginyu not knowing how to fully use Cooler's body, Frieza and King Cold were still stronger than the Saiyans, so King Cold simply kicked Goku back. As Frieza would say, "I'll get a chance to torture my brother. You deal with the monkeys." As then he walked over to Cooler and Captain Ginyu's body and grabbed him by the neck and began to squeeze the life out of him. As then he blasted him with death beams, none in his vital pressure points, of course. As then he laughed, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, this will be so much fun. You humiliated me, so I'll humiliate you. I'll save you for last. I'll have you watch as all of your soldiers die and your empire crumbles in front of your very eye." As Frieza then kicked him to the ground. As Raditz charged in, King Cold would simply blow him up, and Nappa and the rest of the Saiyans began to shake as they walked back. King Cold began to laugh. "You stupid monkeys," sided with Frieza's brother. Frieza's brother doesn't know anything about politics. All he knows how to do is flex his muscles, which I will admit, he did get Frieza by surprise. But now that that's over, his death is near. So is all of yours. Your fate was sealed the minute you sided with Cooler. Any last words? Nappa said, "Yeah, screw you!" As then he threw up an artificial moon and became a great ape. So did the rest of the Saiyans, as they all charged in there. Captain Ginyu and Cooler's body also charged in there. Even though he couldn't fully control Cooler's power yet, he still had a lot of power, and was easily able to keep up and even surpass the Saiyans with power as he battled them. Even in their Great Ape forms, their power was nothing, as King Cold blasted a hole straight through Nappa's chest, killing him, and Captain Ginyu flew and ripped off both of their tails, moving so fast they couldn't do anything, as suddenly they both turned back into their base forms. As Vegeta looked at Nappa, he was way closer in this timeline. He started to remember how they trained together, how every day he fought with him, and how Cooler trained them both, and have them training together, have them fighting together, have them pushing each other together. It created some sort of brotherhood that just wasn't there in the original timeline. Nappa just didn't take care of him. Nappa was there for him, and Nappa fought with him, and Nappa trained with him. Nappa did everything with Vegeta, and even though he shouldn't care, a deep part of him felt angry. Nappa didn't deserve to die like this. King Cold looked at him and says, "No matter how big a monkey is, it's still a monkey. You're an idiot to think you could ever compare to me." Suddenly, Frieza then grabbed Cooler and Captain Ginyu's body and broke his arm as he cried out in pain. Kakarot would look around as he saw the armored squadron dead, his only resemblance of family, and Cooler, his only friend, about to die. And Nappa was dead on the floor. As Vegeta looked at his dead body, they both began to scream angrily. As the entire ground began to shake, suddenly their hair turned yellow and began to spike up. King Cold was shocked as Frieza dropped Cooler to the floor and said, What is this?" Vegeta said, "I have done it. I have achieved the legend. I have became the legendary Super Saiyan. Arrives only 1,000 years. Looks like Kakarot did it too." What a rare occurrence. 2 Super Saiyans in one lifetime. Truly amazing. Now it's time for us to destroy you. We will get revenge after everything you've done to us. After everything. Frieza would then begin to shake as he was scared of the Super Saiyan. That's why he blew up Planet Vegeta. But he would say, "A monkey is still a monkey, no matter what you call it." As he charged in with King Cold, but Vegeta dodged it and grabbed King Cold's tail, ripping it off as he fell to the floor and bled out in pain. Then Kakarot began to punch a hole straight through Frieza's chest. Let's see how strong these cybernetic parts really are. Captain Ginyu would see this and begin to fly away. But as he flew away, Vegeta would appear in front of him and say, "Where are you going?" King Cold would beg for his life. "Please, please don't kill me. I'm sorry. I can change. I can join you. Together we can rule the universe." But Goku just stepped on his neck and snapped it. As he flew up, Frieza would try to attack them, but Goku would simply grab him and throw him into the ground. As then he said, "Don't you do it." Vegeta was charging a ki blast straight at Captain Ginyu, but he said, Fine. Vegeta thought about killing him, then fighting Goku for the throne of the universe. However, too much was at stake here, and with his Super Saiyan form, he was confident that he could beat Cooler. And to be honest, his stamina was running low, so he didn't know if he could take Kakarot, so he decided not to risk it. Vegeta then yelled at Captain Ginyu, "If you want to live, take your body back now." He would go to Cooler and say, "Change now!" As the bodies were switched back, Captain Ginyu would leave with a broken arm. As then, Vegeta, Goku, and Cooler all teamed up on Frieza. Frieza was no match for all of them. Frieza would beg for his life. "Please, please let me go! Mercy! Mercy!" Cooler would say, "You always were just a little bitch." But then suddenly the entire planet began to shake. Frieza said, "I may not kill you, Cooler, but I'll kill these dumb monkeys at least." But before he can blow up the planet, Cooler simply kicked him out into space, and then picked him up and threw him straight into the sun. burden Frieza as he felt all of his flesh slowly melt away in pain and agony. Cooler would go down to the planet and look at them both, saying, "I'm proud of you two. From here on out, we're equal." Vegeta and Kakarot were shocked. Cooler always wanted to be emperor, so he was going to share with them. Instead of making them right-hand men, he was going to share the empire with them. Could this even last? Could they even get along enough? Or would they tear each other apart? Find out on the next episode. And that's where we're going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video down in the comments below. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and let's see if we can hit it. Peace out.